We're going on another adventure.
Choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure. I don't know where I got that from. Just made it up off the top of my head.
Screwed up the introduction about 0.2 seconds into the introduction.
What did he say? What did Tony actually say?
What to choose your own adventure.
Oh, well, choose your own adventure. On this Minnesota Tim podcast, you can either swerve left, swerve right, or go right down the middle. Cut throat. Go straight down the throat. Right down the middle. So lots of choices, lots of different topics to have to this week. You know, we did it last week too, and it was so much fun. Jacob's internet wasn't working. Now I sound like RFK right now. It's like,
yeah, you okay? Need a glass of water? Or are you sick or what?
I don't think I have my water down here.
On the food.
Make America healthy again. Last week Jacob had the 5 screens on at one time. You couldn't see it on YouTube for whatever reason. When I downloaded the files, it didn't show.
Yeah, why did you two just put me on blast the whole time when my internet connection was clearly fine?
We just made it all up.
Just made it all up for the audience.
Yeah, I kept on kicking Jacob out. Yeah. Then he kept on coming back. It's all part of the bit.
I put in the chat, hey, what if we say he has 3 screens now? Roll with that.
Let's go.
Okay.
What if I said 3? What's funnier than 3?
4.
4.
I got a story to share with you guys, and you guys can decide what is worse, what's more gross. These are 2 real life.
I was going to choose the other thing.
What's that?
You said choose your own adventure. I was going to choose the other thing.
Okay.
I didn't really want to hear your story, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, what other adventure did you want to go on? Did you want to start the new game? Got a new game this week.
Tell your story.
I'll tell my story. Okay, but
we're just yanking your chain, bud.
Just yanking me by the neck. I'm a puppet.
Here, Tim, stand up. Put my hand up, yeah.
Just for the podcast listeners, that is a wonderful audio or visual joke of Tony pretending to puppeteer Tim. Just so
yeah. So if you want to, those Apple, Spotify listeners, go check out that YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button because stuff's better on YouTube anyway. Yeah. But as far as this story goes, this is a real life story. 2 real life stories. One involves another person at our house, and a story that I'm not going to name names just in case someone listens to this. And another one involves a mouse problem at our house. And you guys have to decide what is more gross. So we've had, in the last week, it's finally slowed down. But in the last week, we've had like 8 mice. Like 5 in our garage have been caught. 3 in our kitchen have been caught. So it's just been a mice infestation problem. I think mice like to recreate, with brothers and sisters. So, you know, sometimes you get a mice infestation problem. So, okay. Now for the story from the other person. So we had a mice infestation problem. So the question is, would you rather grab a mice by your bare hands and have to throw it in the garbage, or would you rather have to deal with this problem? Okay. There's a guy at our house, and we host a group once a week, and there's anywhere from 15 to 20 people here at our house on one night a week. And this guy, group was over. He said he was tired. He asked me for coffee. I said, well, we don't have coffee here. I had decaf, but it's like, okay, that's not going to do anything for you. So we find a Mountain Dew in the refrigerator. He drinks the Mountain Dew. Okay, before he has to go, he says, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. So he goes upstairs, and I actually forget that he's up there because everybody left besides this person. and Haley didn't because she saw their shoes there. And then we're getting our kids to bed. Haley's about to feed our son, and all of a sudden we hear the door open. I'm like, what's that going on up there? Well, it's the guy that was going to the bathroom. And he goes, And the reason why he asked for the Mountain Dew, he told me that he was afraid they were going to fall asleep on the way home in this car. So I was like, okay. Yes, you have a question, Jacob.
Which is, I don't know if you're. How long was this period of time that he was in the bathroom?
About 5 minutes.
Wait, so in 5 minutes you forgot that he was there?
Yeah. Because everybody left, everyone cleared out. You just kind of assumed in your mind that everyone left and not making any noise. Just kind of forgot.
In my mind, it was like a half hour later.
Oh,
so.
yeah, no. It's not. It's about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. So normal-ish time, okay.
Normal-ish. It could be a number 2, right?
Right,
But number 1, most likely. So he comes out of the bathroom, and he comes downstairs and says, guys, I fell asleep while going to the bathroom.
Wait. Did he explain if it was number 1 or number 2?
Yeah, here he goes again. I peed on your floor. But don't worry. I found a random towel in the bathroom and I wiped it all up and I put it in your bathtub. And then I turned towards my wife and I'm like, I turned towards him. I'm like, oh yeah, no big deal. Whatever, it happens. Then turned towards my wife. He leaves out the door and we just start laughing our butts.
This is a real human being?
This is a real human being. Happened 2 weeks ago. I forgot to share the story last week, but it happened 2 weeks ago.
So, first of all, I've been tired before.
He said he was tired, and we provided a Mountain Dew.
Is narcolepsy the right term? Isn't that where you randomly fall asleep and think it's a real thing?
Mm-hmm.
I would maybe suggest that, first of all.
There hasn't been any other problems with this. This is like a one-time thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
Did you ask if did he stay standing or did he fall over?
I think he was standing. I didn't
That's
ask.
impressive.
I didn't ask. But he said it got all over the floor, so I would assume that he was standing.
And he wasn't clearly hurt, obviously, from
yeah, right.
smashing on the floor.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You're just.
That had to be a peaceful situation.
It's like a fire.
It's like Little Rascals that they're trying to hold on to the hose.
Jacob's cat is on it. Oh man, that's impressive.
Wow.
I just find it hard to believe that a human being. Although, say that happens to you, what would be your solution? The towel thing's another wild development.
I'll try to find a paper towel or something.
Like toilet paper, maybe?
Toilet paper, something. But we had to touch that towel. Of course, I didn't touch the towel. I touched the towel, but I grabbed 3 pairs of paper towels and put it around my hands, then grabbed the towel and pretended it was like an atomic bomb, bringing it downstairs.
To the garbage, I hope, right?
Yeah,
Did I put it in the garbage? I don't remember. I might have put it in the washer.
Oh, no.
No, I don't remember what I did
That
with
could
it.
be like my grandma's, that could be an antique favorite, whatever it is. That could be the most expensive towel in the world. I'm taking that thing and it's going straight in the garbage can.
Oh, man. So would you guys rather take care of this piss towel or grab a mouse by the bare hands and throw it in the garbage?
Well, can I ask what? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say, I think I would go pee towel for the story.
Yeah.
Because I would tell everyone that. I would tell, hey man, you ever fell asleep while you go and pee? And then just get into the story.
Oh, what's so funny about it is they came downstairs and they're just blank face about
It's
it.
just so matter of fact.
Yeah, just hey, by the way, I fell asleep while taking a pee and pee got all over your floor. But if I found a towel in the bathroom, so don't worry about it. I found a towel and I took care of it. Oh, where's the towel?
For you.
Oh, it's in the bathtub.
May I ask the age of this person or the age range?
Mid 20s.
Holy cow. I was kind of hoping, because I know you do like a youth group thing, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say like, well, they're like 16 or 17. It's like, okay, I get that. They panicked. They're really young. But in your mid-20s, man, holy moly.
Yeah.
I had a situation like that as in a high school where used my buddy's bathroom, bunch of people over. Mine was a number 2 though, and there was no toilet paper. So I did what I needed to do. Found a hand towel, wiped up. I threw that bad boy right in the trash, and then just no one ever knows.
Never mention it.
Yeah, 20 years later.
Never mentioned it again.
I will say, as long as I guess we're on this category.
What did you do with your you used a hand towel, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was nice.
It felt good. Yeah, you do it again.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't remember how old I was, but it was either late middle school or early high school age. And you know that state of sleep where you're like somewhat conscious of what you're doing, but you're not, like you're still sleeping, but you have some sort of cognitive ability. I had a dream. I don't remember anything about the dream, but then in the dream I started to pee, and then
the classic,
just literally just peed the bed. Woke up like, oh, that wasn't a dream. That's too bad.
How old were you when this happened?
I mean, it was late middle school, early high school age.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have that fear as an adult because I'll have the same dream like you know 3 weeks ago. I'm 36 and it's like, man, I could have just peed the bed right there,
right?
Because I was going dream. It was a good pee.
Yeah, it always is in the dream. Yeah, I even remember consciously thinking like, thank God
I'm gonna pee the bed tonight. I'll blame it on my son. Yeah, it looked like Murphy. It looked like the diaper didn't hold him. And my underwear just soaked.
Hey, I fall asleep easy. I can't help it.
I've had dreams, and I've woken up wet before in those dreams, but it was never pee.
Probably from sweat, you mean, right?
Yeah, it must be sweat. Sometimes it gets a little warm. You go to bed sick and then you put that extra blanket on you. Well, then the fever breaks during the nighttime, and then you wake up just in a cold sweat. That's probably what it was.
That does happen to me when, like, the second I'm awake, I do all of a sudden get super warm.
Yeah, been there.
I know it's irrelevant information. Just trying to keep it moving.
I don't know why. I don't know what's so funny.
There was 2 things that made that funny. When you first started that, talking about your son peeing in the bed, and then you said your underwear are wet. That got me. And then the fact that you even brought up the second thing.
I thought that was PG. I didn't say what it was. Jacob made a good point and said it was a fever.
Yeah,
my fever broke.
Yeah,
white sweat.
I had a dream of a fever, and I woke up and it broke.
Early 2000s, those Gatorade commercials.
Oh, wow.
Drink the orange.
All right, Tony, you want to give us
glacier ice
before we
good flavor
dive into our next game? I'm very excited about this next game. Tony, you want to give us 1 minute on the Eagles' dominant win over the Cowboys, 34-6?
Yeah, I mean it's expected. No Dak. Eagles are playing. Eagles are playing well.
Shout out Steven Suter.
I would have liked to see a little bit more in the first half, but they did what they needed to do. Crushed them. 5 turnovers, just an all-around dominant effort. Love seeing it, especially against the Cowboys. We'll see if they can transfer some of that momentum over. Big matchup this evening. Commanders.
As an Eagles fan, do I start Devonta Smith he's been a little frustrating lately.
Devontae Smith usually goes off against the Commanders, so yes.
All right.
Okay. Are you going to do it? Are you going to follow his advice?
Yeah. I mean, my other options kind of suck. It's like T. Higgins, who is still nursing a hamstring, and some crapola guys, so probably.
Jacob, do you want to give us 1 minute on JJ McCarthy needing another knee injection?
I saw that. I didn't really see the details. I had a busy day yesterday, so I didn't really look at my phone at all.
Yeah. So basically, that's what the details are. The timeline hasn't changed for his recovery.
for lack of a better term, was it an expected surgery where like they thought this might happen, or it's like, oh,
I don't
there's
think
still some
so.
stuff that's
I don't think it was expected. It was
Okay.
there was swelling in his knee they discovered, and they were like, we need to take care of some of this stuff. My
Sure.
first reaction was like, okay, an injection is never a good thing. It's never
No, right.
you're not in the organization clapping hands and jumping for joy. And when Kevin O'Connell said his original timeline didn't change, well, the original timeline isn't until next season.
Right.
Hey, it doesn't have to be ready until 2025. He's already out for this entire year on season-ending IR. So
Right.
when he said timeline hasn't changed, didn't really mean anything to me.
No.
So do you have any additional opinions, thoughts, takes on JJ McCarthy needing another knee injection?
Like you said, it's not obviously ever a good thing. I mean, well, the interesting factor will be to see if they feel like there's enough there that they go after Darnold for a 2-year deal or something like that to try to just give more time to JJ, or if they decide he's good to go and healthy and just they cut bait there. But it'll be interesting to see if Darnold has a market, if anybody's going for 2 or 3 or 4 years for him, or if the Vikings are the best fit for him. So that'll be interesting to see if the NFL thinks he's as good as he's actually been. Big first month, bad second month. We'll see what the true Darnold is, but
yeah.
Would you all want Darnold as like a backup to McCarthy over the next 2-3 years, or would you want to bring in some other just career journeyman backup veteran who can kind of show him the ropes and
Right.
all that? Darnold's been in the league for 7 years now,
yeah,
and then I would say his career has been tumultuous at best.
Right.
And at this point, assuming the season ends even decently, unless Darnold really is bad for the last 2 months here, if you keep Darnold, there's that permanent kind of like, well, he started last year, like he was pretty good last year, like how do you justify starting JJ? And if JJ's playing poorly, do you want to put Darnold back in?
Right. Then you enter that argument, right?
Right. So you'd almost rather have some old schmuck who's just going to help him out, and then who's no threat of playing, really.
Mhm. Right.
But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they decide.
All right. Well, we can dive into our next game. And this next game has nothing to do with sports, but I was thinking about the English language the other day.
It's a dangerous thing for you to do.
It is dangerous. And there are a lot of words in the English language that aren't spelled how they sound. So I'm going to do the exact opposite, and you guys are going to have to guess the word. So I'm going to say the word how it's spelled, and then you guys have to guess what that word is. And whoever guesses what the word is wins the game. Does that make sense?
Greg Lewis.
I'm just trying to figure out what words you could say differently that we're going to be stumped by. This seems like a very easy game off the description.
Really? Okay, well, maybe it's an easy game.
Like Nat, but there's a G. So Tim would say Gnat.
Good night.
Uh-oh, we lost
Oh,
Jake.
Jacob, are you there?
Sorry. Not an internet problem. I was trying to close a tab that was popping up, and then it actually went to it. So
What kind of tab was it?
it was just
Bot.
Gmail. Gmail sent me like three emails, and I was trying to close it.
I actually just got a Gmail too. Who's your Gmail from?
I think that one was from Matthew Berry in Fantasy Life.
Oh, okay. Was it from YouthWorks?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe this game is going to be a bummer, but
I mean,
We'll
after
try it
last
anyways.
week's momentum, I mean, we have
All
only, it's fine.
all right. So the first word, reciped.
Receipt?
Kill the music.
Okay. I guess.
What I thought you were going to do is just like a spelling bee of like weird words. And like, okay,
Oh, well, I could do that too.
that probably makes more sense.
Really?
You saying reciped?
I thought I had a chance at that.
Again, I teach 5th grade. I hear that literally every day. Kids
I thought I
saying
had a
words like
chance
that.
at that. All right. See if you can get this one, Mr. Smarty Pants. See if we can give Tony a chance here.
Sorry, I'll let Tony answer.
No, well, you guys, it's all who
Although
answers
Tony
it
would have
first.
been about 0.2 seconds after I said
I was gonna say, yeah.
We were right there.
Well, see, here's my thought process on that. I thought receipt, and I was like, well, there's no way it's that easy.
It's part of the game.
Receipt.
I thought the same thing. I was like, is it that lame? Yeah, receipt.
All right, well, we'll try this one. Oh. Mortgagee.
Mozart.
Mortgagee.
Mortgage.
Jacob,
What's the point structure on this? We didn't go over the point structure.
Yeah.
Is
Do I
it
get
5?
5 points since he rang in wrong?
no, it's just a 1 point thing.
Oh,
1 point
1
view.
point.
Yeah. Okay. You shook your head like you took a second to respond to that one, Jacob.
Well, I was gonna let Tony guess first of all.
No, I'm dumb. I didn't know that one. I was better.
But I did hesitate. Well, the first time you said it, I didn't gather it right away. But yeah.
I googled words that don't sound like how they're spelled, and there's a word here that does actually sound like how it's spelled, like epitome. That was one of the words that I'm supposed to say, and
I feel like some people try to, like, they'll say, like, epitome.
epitome. Oh, well, maybe I could have said that like that. Epitome.
Epitome. Oh, you're saying it right.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's do another one.
Jake's out.
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, Jacob's like, this is stupid. This is what I signed up for.
I got up for this.
Dumbest game ever.
This is the week my internet actually works.
He's just gonna start freezing himself. Sorry, guys.
I'm losing you. I can't talk. That's pretty good. Wow. Jacob, you could win a contest of Frozen Man if there was Frozen Man contest. You know those things, there's like these frozen men that can like breathe under ice for like 200 years.
What?
Ever seen that before?
I'm not gonna. There's.
Like Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
Like in Captain America, you know, they froze in a block of ice, but yet
Real
somehow you
people
can.
like Captain America. Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
saw that? You never saw that fictional character that I just made up?
I didn't make up the fictional character. Ooh, the cat's got some action. All right.
Cat.
I'm going to actually Google Frozen Man in block of ice.
You're probably gonna
I
get the
think
SNL bit because they did like Frozen Caveman Lawyer like in the early 2000s or 90s or something like that.
I'm pretty sure this is true. I'm sure it's happened before. A giant 40,000-year-old ice coffin found in the Arctic. Well, I guess it didn't survive that one.
I would say, like, you're right that it might preserve like a body, but it doesn't preserve life.
He's not breathing in ice.
No.
For 200 years, maybe, like you said, 40,000. No, now
40,000
That's
might
where
be
I draw
real
the
enough.
line. Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Quit being so unrealistic.
What a dummy! 40,000 years.
All right, here's an interesting article I found on this. Frozen.
What's his name?
What's his name?
Yeah, what's 40,000-year-old dead guy, frozen guy's name?
See if we
David
can,
Blaine.
They do
So
usually name it.
it's a YouTube video. Oh, here we go. The caveman is still alive
I work
today.
in social media.
What's that mean? You guys are haters. A prehistoric man found frozen in ice is revived by an Arctic exploration team who then attempt to use him for their scientific research. Huh. I don't know. Doesn't sound like he's alive. But it says in this YouTube video, 40,000 years frozen, the caveman is still alive today. I guess he's known as Caveman.
Yeah, like 40,000 years ago, did they have the name like Jim? Like Jim the frozen caveman? Or is it just like, rah, 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 rah,
And those are the guys that made up the human dictionary. Come on. It's getting ridiculous
The
here.
Human Dictionary, yes. They made up the Human Dictionary.
These
One
guys
dictionary
made up
for
the
all of
English.
humanity.
These guys made up the English dictionary. It says
that's
Colorado
very
celebrates a
blackmail.
frozen dead guy every year. While you're gathering to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this year, thousands of people will be gathering in a Colorado mountain town to celebrate a frozen dead guy. Seriously, for more than 20 years, a tradition-turned-festival has brought skeletons and ghostly figures to streets of Nederland, some 40 miles west of Denver. It all began in 1989 when Bretto Morstoriel, died from a heart condition.
I bet it's Brett. Oh, I thought we were still playing the game.
No, look at this. I'll share the screen.
Oh.
Look at this. It's true. See if you can get this one. Bretto Morstoriel died from a heart condition in the European country of Norway. Instead of a traditional burial, he was packed in dry ice and brought to a facility in Oakland, California. There he spent 4 years in liquid nitrogen.
Terminator. He's the T-1000.
Terminator, is that what he said?
Yeah, he's the T-1000.
Both of his descendants are described as strong advocates for Cryonics, who hoped to start a facility of their own. Okay, well.
Cryonics.
Is that how you spell it? Is that how you say it?
Cryonics is something else.
All right, let's see if we can get another
this
one.
Game where Tim just talks, then the two of us correct.
That was actually one of us thinking for this game. All right.
Oh, good. The music lets the audience know that we're serious again.
All right. Pneumonia.
Can I get another hint?
Yeah.
Can I get an owl?
That was unclear. Can I buy a vowel? You just said pneumonia with like a piece on at the beginning.
It sounded so stupid.
That was literally the gnat example. That good gnat.
I was looking at this word and I'm like, oh, I think this one might be tough. And then as soon as I said it, I heard it. You know, you can like hear yourself speak. Myself say that.
Really,
No way.
where were you moment? It's a where were you moment?
It sounded so stupid.
There's no way they're gonna get this one.
Has anyone buzzed in yet?
No, we wanted more hints.
Yeah, I need a second clue.
All right, let me try to say it again.
Maybe pronounce it a different way.
Pneumonia.
Said the same thing but slower. Pneumonia.
Oh, hey, Tony got one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, with no regard for human life. Oh, my gosh, my stupidity is so stupid sometimes.
It is showing.
My level of stupidity just goes like, oh, man.
I mean, to be fair, you brought a game to the table. Tony and I did not bring any games to the table
It's
today.
true.
So
He didn't bring any games to the table.
Good on you.
Why don't next week you guys bring a game to the table and I'll play the game.
Nah. I like this one.
the disaster is better.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get another one here. Oh, wow. I can't believe that I just said that. And what's so funny is, what's so funny is that pneumonia wasn't even one of the 20 words that Google gave me. I looked it up myself because I thought it was going to be tough, but guess not.
Thought I'd outsmart Google and AI.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Here we go. Paradigm.
Oh,
Ooh.
I got it.
Oh, did you see Jacob's face? He was like,
Paradigm? Is that what you're trying to say?
that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But you had a moment there.
I
You
did.
had a moment.
Because it sounded like you said, yeah, paradigm. And I wasn't sure what that was.
Paradigm.
Dig'em.
Paradigm. Yep. Oh, wow.
Riveting.
All right. We'll do another one right away. You guys like that beat better or the other one?
This is a better beat, but the melody on the other one's kind of nice.
It's kind of like interesting, you know, kind of sucks you in, like kind of gets you into the mood.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good gameplay. All right. This can be the last one. Cashy. Cashy.
Like clear your cache on the computer.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, that
C-A-C-H-E.
C-H-E. What did you
Or
say?
you think?
C-H-C-H-E. Or no, C-A.
Yeah.
C-H-E.
C-A-C-H-E. That's right.
Yeah.
But you said clear out your cache on the computer?
Yeah.
What? Is that really what it means?
C-A-C-H-E. Yeah, that's maybe there's a second definition, but that's how I understand
A
it.
collection of items of the same type stored in a hidden or inaccessible place.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Wow. You're smart. Tony, tell us about this new job that you have.
It's for a production company, working on a podcast, doing some video editing, utilizing. I'm a 5-tool utility player there.
This is the production company Minnesota Tim podcast.
Oh, can be for the right price.
For the right price. Look at this guy. What's the
it's
price?
good.
What's the
What
price?
kind of content you putting out?
A lot of let's see.
Careful.
Can you elaborate on that?
The podcast that I'm working on is like a political podcast. A conservative speaker.
Yeah, you're living in Texas, so I would think that would be a conservatory.
Yeah, actually, during the election, we saw a couple lawns with the Harris Waltz signs out there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Probably a
brave
little
bold.
jarring there.
But no, it's good. 3 days in. So it's good. It's been good so far.
The election was interesting. There was the statistics that come out after the elections are always fun to watch and like see. And to see that like 75% of Hispanics in Texas voted for Trump and Vance, I think was an interesting storyline. And here's my theory on that. And you guys let me know if I'm wrong on it. We're diving into a little bit of a serious conversation. Hispanics get mistreated in the country because people look at them and they think, oh, you got in here illegally. You just fled the border and jumped over the fence or went across the river. And they don't want to be treated like that or have a stereotype as that. So closing off the border and sending people away actually holds them in a higher reputation kind of sense. What are your guys' thoughts on that theory?
Jake?
Political silence.
I mean, in Minnesota, I feel like that's significantly less of an issue, obviously.
Yeah, it's true, right?
But
yeah.
you're right that generally speaking, majority does not ever treat minority well, regardless of what country you're in. So, yeah, there's probably a lot of truth to what you're saying. I can't speak to specifics because maybe Tony, being in Texas now, knows a little bit more. I defer to you, Tony, the expert on the knowledge, host of a conservative podcast. I assume you have
What's this conservative podcast called?
Take two. It's called the Dinesh D'Souza podcast.
That word spelled how it sounds.
I'm saying it's actually just Jim Carter.
Actually, it's just, who.
The Iceman.
That's a callback.
It always comes back around. I love it. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, that political conversation really went somewhere.
I mean, politics is good to talk about. The border's one that I don't have a lot of knowledge about.
I think in theory, like
not a border Caesar, Jacob.
Border Caesar. Border czar.
What is that?
A border czar.
Oh, czar. Okay.
Caesar.
A border Caesar sounds right.
I'll take a border Caesar salad and 2 large pizzas. I was
Pizzas.
before this job, this is completely off what we were just talking about, but it made me think of it. Before this job, I was working at a restaurant. It was a little French place.
French place.
Yeah, French restaurant. So croissants, like kind of just typical French stuff. A lot of bakery, coffee, pastry items and stuff. This dude comes in. We did like serve breakfast and whatnot. This dude comes in a couple weeks ago, and he's talking to the other guy there. He's like looking over the menu, and then just randomly he goes, "Hey man, y'all got any breakfast burritos?"
Do you?
No. Why would we have breakfast burritos?
Well, you had croissants, so I feel like a breakfast burrito falls underneath the same family as a croissant.
Absolutely not.
Bread.
That's the perfect response from you. You uncultured swine.
Yeah, so that might have been racist, Tim. I don't know if you could say that.
Really?
No.
Would you go to an Italian place and be like, "Hey, you guys got tacos?" No. you would not. Well, man, okay. Kind of tacos. Spaghetti tacos. You ever put the spaghetti on the bread? That's a taco.
Actually, I've had that theory a long time ago. Like taco spaghetti sounds really good, doesn't it?
No.
Nope.
Really? No one's tried it ever.
Like, are you literally putting it on a piece of white bread, or are you putting it on a taco shell?
A piece of white bread.
Oh, okay. Well, that's yeah.
I mean, it's just garlic bread. I've done that before.
That sounds pretty good. I don't know, but like you're talking about like a taco shell, put it in a taco shell.
That would be disgusting.
Really?
they
What's
put
the
that, like,
difference
on
between
iCarly.
that and garlic bread?
A taco shell and garlic bread? They're completely different things.
It's bread. I mean, garlic bread has a little garlicly taste to it, but I feel like the idea is the same.
Garlic bread is soft. Garlic bread is bread. A taco shell is not.
Taco shell is soft.
It's a flour or corn tortilla is very different than wheat bread or white bread.
Yeah, even a soft shell taco is completely different.
Yeah.
You look disgusted when you just did the mic. These guys.
Well, the reason why I did that is I had some boogers in my nose and I went like this.
Yeah. He's like, this is the last time I let Tony and Jacob, out of the podcast at the same time. They just bully me.
It ruined my ideas of
Ruined my
taco
hot
spaghetti.
takes about spaghetti tacos.
So, Tony, can you give us an example of how you would? Was this a sit-down restaurant? What was going on at this restaurant?
Yeah, you could go. You could do a little takeout. You could sit. It was mainly a sit-down place.
And were you the welcomer? Were you the waiter?
I was a waiter.
Waiter.
I'd come up. I'd go bonjour. No.
Australian, hey? Put a little shrimp on the barbie.
No, and then I'd ask you for your order. I'd mess up a bunch, and then it was great.
Did you Did you ever figure out the one hand? Like people like walk on their head or have to balance it on one arm.
Yeah, I'd do it. I'd go underhand.
Underhand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the safe
Layup.
play. Yeah,
Sometimes
a
I
little
see
safer.
some people do like the plate, like 3 on an arm. Could you do that or no?
Yeah.
I can't do that, but I could do 2 on the arm.
But
Oh.
the key test to be Caleb. We'll have to see if Caleb texts us saying he got to this point, then that's my only bet.
Well, since no one's here, might as well. We need a pink eye.
It is remarkable. You have your farts sound like a fake one, like a fart.
Yeah,
machine.
they sound very fake.
They're
Yeah.
always like, yeah. Okay, don't.
That is up your butt.
Like,
You
don't
put it right back your mouth.
don't fall asleep and poop your pants now because you're trying to fart so hard here.
Oh,
I'll see how it comes back
it's
around.
Haley's meatloaf from last night.
Sticks out the butt, comes out the hole. What if our mouth was our butt and our... Oh, well. Anyway, guys, that was fun.
Yeah.
Jacob, do you need me to delete any parts of this?
I don't know anymore.
You probably take out the plate thing.
Thank-
That'll be just for us.
Yeah.
Sounds
And now
good.
it's yeah.
I thought you were actually giving a real illustration of a plate.
Well,
It was.
before I took it too far, you seriously, if you do the plate, hold it like that, put a plate there, and then the pinky and the thumb stabilize it so you can put another one.
Yeah.
And you're like, I always started to question why I was laughing so hard. You're like, I don't know why Tim's laughing so hard.
No, I started off serious, and then of course went immature.
And it was like 90% a visual joke. So for anybody that's listening, it doesn't really. I mean, they probably can guess, but
it's true.
Yeah. Better safe than sorry is always my philosophy with those.
Well,
things.
that's probably a good thing. A youth parent just told me last night that they're big fans of the podcast, so maybe listening to that's probably not the best thing. But maybe that's why they're tuning into the podcast. They heard all our ones in the previous weeks, so maybe it's what draws them in. I didn't even realize you could share a screen. Oh, that was like a shark. One of these weeks it'd be fun to break down it'd be fun to break down the top 10 to see if they got the top 10 right. You know, like, number 7 should have been number 4.
Number 4 sounded like it was straight from you.
Power rankings everybody has been waiting for.
That's right. All right, boys. It's a privilege.
Jake, good seeing your face.
Hey, we made it through without any